Education is often seen as the foundation of success, but what if the system isn't as straightforward as it seems? In The Underground History of American Education, John Taylor Gatto challenges our understanding of schooling and exposes the hidden purposes behind it. Let's dive into the book's most compelling ideas. Who was John Taylor Gatto? 1. Gatto was an award-winning teacher who became a fierce critic of traditional schooling. 2. Key insight. After decades in the classroom, he argued that the system doesn't educate, it indoctrinates. The core idea of the book. 1. Education, as it's structured, prioritizes conformity, control, and compliance over creativity, critical thinking, and individuality. 2. Key thought. Schools were designed not to empower individuals but to produce obedient workers and consumers. Key insights from the book. 1. The history of modern schooling. 1. Gatto traces the roots of American education to the Prussian system in the 19th century. 2. Key purpose. The goal was to create a standardized population that served the state's interests. 3. Example. Compulsory schooling wasn't always the norm. Earlier systems focused more on apprenticeships and hands-on learning. 2. The role of hidden agendas. 1. According to Gatto, schools don't just teach reading, writing, and arithmetic. 1. They instill obedience, punctuality, and a fear of standing out. 2. Key question. Are we educating children to think or just training them to follow orders? 3. The 7 lessons of schooling. 1. Gatto outlines 7 lessons schools teach: confusion, class position, indifference, emotional dependency, intellectual dependency, provisional self-esteem, and surveillance. 2. Example. Grades and standardized tests prioritize compliance over genuine understanding. 3. Key insight. These lessons undermine self-reliance and critical thinking. 4. Education versus schooling. 1. Gatto distinguishes between true education, a lifelong pursuit of knowledge, and schooling, a system of imposed learning. 2. Key thought. True education happens outside the confines of classrooms. How this perspective challenges traditional views. 1. The unintended consequences of standardization. 1. Standardized curriculums leave little room for creativity or individual interests. 2. Pro tip. Encourage kids to explore their passions outside of school to complement what they learn. 2. The importance of self-directed learning. 1. Gatto advocates for unschooling and other alternative education methods that allow children to take charge of their learning. 2. Example. Homeschooling or project-based learning can foster independence and creativity. 3. Questioning the value of college. 1. Gatto highlights how college has become more about signaling conformity than fostering intellectual growth. 2. Key question. Are we sending students to college because it's the best option, or just the expected one? Practical applications for parents and students. 1. Foster lifelong learning. 1. Encourage curiosity and self-directed exploration in everyday life. 2. Example. Let kids pursue interests like music, art, or coding outside the school environment. 2. Balance schooling with real-world skills. 1. Teach financial literacy, problem-solving, and communication, skills often overlooked in traditional education. 2. Pro tip. Involve kids in real-world tasks like budgeting or planning trips to develop practical knowledge. 3. Embrace alternative education models. 1. Look into homeschooling, unschooling, or experiential learning programs as viable options. 2. Example. Project-based learning allows students to solve real-world problems, making education more meaningful. Why Gatto's message still matters today. 1. In a world increasingly valuing innovation and creativity, Gatto's critique of standardized education is more relevant than ever. 2. Call to action. As parents, educators, and lifelong learners, we must rethink what it means to truly educate. Actionable takeaways. 1. Explore alternative education methods that prioritize individuality and critical thinking. 2. Encourage lifelong learning by fostering curiosity and real-world problem-solving skills. 3. Question the purpose of traditional schooling and find ways to supplement it with meaningful experiences. John Taylor Gatto's The Underground History of American Education is a powerful reminder that education isn't just about passing tests. It's about developing independent thinkers and lifelong learners. If this video resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking insights on education and society. See you next time.